I felt this deeper sense of calling to be able to connect with people in their pain and be able to really share God's love in a way just by saying, I see you. I see your pain. In the PhD program at Oklahoma State, we were really studying how relationships shape emotion regulation, especially in these high-risk neighborhoods. And I think during that time, I always felt my faith and my understanding of God's unconditional love for humanity and for me was important, but I wasn't integrating it into my work really. But I was deeply formed in my relationships that I built at Oklahoma State from the people I was studying. And these were kids and families that faced tremendous obstacles. 40% of the kids that were in my dissertation had witnessed someone being killed. That's a high number. It started with me engaging the community, going to the Boys and Girls Clubs, getting to know the families, working with the families. So the numbers were associated with faces for me. In that research, we were doing resilience interviews, and I spoke to a dad who talked about the violence in his neighborhood and his daughter who had seen this violence. And one of the questions was, well, what do you think it takes to overcome these kind of obstacles? And he said something really interesting to me. He says, Ben, in some ways, it takes what you're doing right now. And I was struck by it, and I said, well, what do you mean by that? And he says, we need people to voice our pain, to voice it to people who will listen. My daughter had to ride her bike around a body that was in the street for over 4 hours or something like that. How do I change that? And there was something that shifted in me of this is my calling, is to engage people in this pain and in this struggle and be able to walk alongside them in a way that equips them to overcome adversity. In that moment, I thought, well, this will just be through doing research. I got my first job at an academic institution that I really enjoyed. But there was always this deeper sense of calling and meaning that kept pulling me towards more integration of my work that I would say is more just representing God's unconditional love to hurting people, and then also being able to begin to voice that in my research and my work. That was almost an automatic fit for me. Like when I saw that, I thought, this is it. This is something where I can do the work, but I can also engage in a meaningful way, and I don't have to apologize for it, that people will get it, that this is important work for the kingdom of God.